Pop those weasel!
Hello survivors and welcome to Survivor's Guild, the only channel that determines your odds of surviving 2011's disco skating conclusion to the Gingerdead trilogy. It doesn't end here, but this is its last solo movie, Gingerdead Man 3, Saturday Night Cleaver. So stay tuned till the end for your survival stats. I'm your sharp-dressed slasher turned roller disco beauty pageant finalist 1976, GhostFake. Now I hope you like time-traveling bloodthirsty biscuits, cause this movie is getting spoiled. Gingerdead Man 3, Saturday Night Cleaver, directed by William Butler and written by Muffy Bolding and William Butler, starring Paris Wagner, Kimberly Dawn Guerrero, Jacqui Beat, Alexis Marie Colcord, Zachary Haas, and William Butler as John Volich, as Gary Busey as the Gingerdead Man. Gingerdead Man 3 is about our killer cookie as he commandeers a time-traveling device and travels back in time to crash a roller rink in the glory days of 1976. We open up to the Scientific Research Institute for the study of homicidal baked goods. There is no doubt in my mind that this place is 100% funded by the government, where we get introduced to Clarissa Darling, who enters the facility to interrogate Gingerdead about the ingredients which cause him to kill. She walks the hall being accosted by a myriad of movie list killer confections before arriving at the cell of Gingerdead Man. He asks for her credentials.
That's a library card.
Before she explains that she's been sent by the FBI to find out what causes him to kill. And in exchange for the information, they will offer him a plea deal where he gets to serve his time at Candyland Island. But the interrogation comes to an abrupt end when an alarm goes off and the facility is infiltrated by misguided animal activists.
What the
who have come to free the captive confections. In the chaos, Clarissa breaks character and tells him that she's not from the FBI, but rather that she's the sister of Toothless McHomeless.
You possessed the soul of my homeless brother and drove him to kill himself.
Whom Gingerdead possessed and caused to self-deposit himself into the meat bank at deposit number 1. And that she is here to even the score. But before she can, she is overtaken by the activists, and they enter his cell to free him. But upon being freed, Gingerdead attacks the activist and bites off her nose, and runs away. He finds a room called Time Travel Studies, and breaks in and finds 2 scientists, one of which is named Dr. Acula, who are developing a time travel device to send food back in time to end world hunger by nullifying the expiration date? Don't worry, they'll figure it out. But Gingerdead grabs a gun and blows the 2 scientists away, blowing them into the meat bank at deposits 2 and 3, before he activates the device and sends himself back to 1976, to Trixie's roller rink, where we get introduced to Tina and Pickles, as they attempt to skate at the roller rink. We also get introduced to Tammy, who plans on winning the title of Roller Boogie Queen, and her boyfriend Wheels Epstein. We then get introduced to Trixie, the owner of the establishment.
Skating days have come and gone, and sadly, so have all of yours.
Who breaks the news that the place is being shut down due to back property taxes. Remember, survivors, taxation is theft.
This message has been brought to you by the Homicidal Obstructionist Libertarian League of America.
Holla! But the group vows not to take governmental oppression laying down.
Uncle Sam can't kill disco!
And plans to raise the $85,000 to keep the rink open, using car washes and bake sales. But secretly, Trixie wants the rink to close down anyway due to a tragic event in her past, and tells everyone to make the most out of their remaining time. But before they begin, she wants to introduce everyone to her niece Cherry, whom most everyone takes a liking to.
Isn't she a delight?
Oh, that was weird. And the group breaks to Roller Boogie and vote for the very last Roller Boogie Queen. And while Gingerdead tries to get time traveled to anywhere but here, Connie and her friends Doreen and Sandy get ready to run the fundraising car wash, which catches the killer cookie's attention.
May as well roll a few heads! Woohoo!
And he tosses the time-traveling device to the side. We get introduced formally to Peaches and her boyfriend Tux, who are about to start an intense trip, while Trixie tasks Randy with showing Cherry around. And it becomes incredibly clear that Trixie doesn't want Cherry to have anything to do with skating.
I don't really think it'd be a problem.
No skating!
Cut over to Tina and Pickles, who have found the time travel device, and when Tina plays with it, they get transported somewhere in time. Cut over to the car wash, where Gingerdead is spying on the girls washing cars, when he notices a vat of hydrochloric acid and connects their hose to it, and they begin spraying each other, causing them to CGI melt, melting Connie, Doreen, and Sandy into the meat bank at deposits 4, 5, and 6. Meanwhile, back inside the rink, Randy has taught Cherry how to skate, and Coco and Yoko have offered to give her a makeover, while Tammy becomes jealous over her.
Stone Cold Bob!
Oh, that was weird. We slide on over to Peaches and Tux, who are tripping balls, and they hallucinate their way into the janitor's closet to get busy. The Gingerdead Man joins them, but just to watch, while the janitor joins them, well, to join them. But in the midst of the menage a trois,
Looks like everybody around here's looking to get nailed.
Gingerdead picks up a nail gun and nails all 3 of them into the meat bank at deposits 7, 8, and 9. Cut over to Trixie, who's ordered over the loudspeaker for Cherry to come up to the office after seeing her skating with Randy. Oh, that was weird. And Cherry argues with Trixie about why she won't let her skate. Oh, that was weird. Before Trixie explains why she doesn't want Cherry to skate, explaining that years ago, back in 1941, the men were going off to war while the women stayed home and worked on things. Trixie had begun barrel jumping as a way to make ends meet, and that she was performing in the USO shows. But while performing in Hawaii, the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, causing the barrels to roll and Trixie to crash land, breaking her pelvis. And to this day, she holds herself personally responsible for the attack on Pearl Harbor, because had she not been performing, all the soldiers would have been manning their battle stations.
And Pearl Harbor never would have happened.
And Cherry tells Trixie that she is going to skate in the roller boogie anyway, and that there is nothing she can do to change her mind. Oh, that was weird. And back on the rink, Ingrid Harshman is giving out the sashes for the roller boogie candidates. Anne, Betty Sue, Cherry, and finally Tammy. Everyone gets back to boogieing while the last round of voting begins, while Gingerdead Man continues on with his massacre, killing the skate clerk as he's taking a piss break, hacking the clerk into the meat bank at deposit number 10. Meanwhile, Tammy is warned by her friends that it appears Cherry is going to win the roller boogie queen by a landslide.
That's not possible.
And she vows to humiliate Cherry before the night is over. Cut over to Angel, the skating rink's DJ, who is about to get ready to snort some blow when Gingerdead swaps out her coke with cleaning products. And when she snorts it, the faux blow takes her on a trip to the meat bank at deposit number 11. All the while, Cherry is having second thoughts about this new her, and Trixie has a change of heart about roller skating and just wants Cherry to be happy as she is a natural on skates. But Ingrid comes over to talk to Trixie, but Trixie doesn't want her encouraging speech interrupted.
And not now, Ingrid.
But it's really
I
important.
said give me a second, you horrible woman.
She finishes her TED talk and Ingrid takes her to the bodies that they discovered in the janitor's closet. And Trixie tells Ingrid to wait until the roller boogie queen is announced to call the police, as she doesn't want to ruin her niece's night. Meanwhile, Tammy and Wheels discuss the bucket of pig's blood that they set up to fall on Cherry when the winner is announced. But the Gingerdead Man has taken notice of the prank and sought to mix things up a bit. The nominees take the platform and Trixie announces that Cherry has won the title of Roller Boogie Queen 1976.
Chariot right!
Just then, Wheels Epstein releases the bucket, but it misses its intended target, landing instead on Tammy. And the Gingerdead Man leaps from the ceiling and lands with his knife on Tammy. And then Tammy lands into the meat bank at deposit number 12. And when Wheels peeks out to see what all the ruckus is, the Gingerdead Man throws his cleaver into his face, cleaving Wheels into the meat bank at deposit number 13, before he pulls out a gun and starts blasting Coco and Yoko into the meat bank at deposits 14 and 15. And in the chaos, Trixie tells Cherry to use her special powers to save them, before he shoots Trixie, activating Cherry's powers. When PJ, who partook in the prank, comes to pander to Cherry, only to get shot by the baked bad and pandered into the meat bank at deposit number 16. Cherry then telekinetically causes a disco ball to swing into Gingerdead Man, but it also causes the electrical wires to break loose and electrify the roller rink, depositing every single extra into the meat bank at deposits 17 through 59, before the Gingerdead Man aims his gun at Cherry. But just then, the voice of Tina comes over the sound system, distracting Gingerdead, and Randy grabs the gun before a time travel transition happens, ending with Gingerdead restrained, and Tina and Pickles explaining that they went all over in time and have come back to 1976 to stop Gingerdead Man from slaughtering everyone, and they brought some folks to help them, namely World War II German guy. I'm pretty sure that if I say his name, YouTube will throttle this video. Charles Manson, Jeffrey Dahmer, Lizzie Borden, and of course Clarissa and the security guard from earlier in the movie. And the group of heroes, I guess, rip the Gingerdead Man to pieces and shove him into a cookie jar prison. Tina then tells Trixie that she went forward in time to warn Clarissa so that the Gingerdead Man never escaped.
So, the Gingerdead Man never escaped? And none of this ever happened!
Wait, does that mean that no one died? And all of the dead bodies begin waking up. And the duo then deliver a winning lottery ticket to Trixie so that she can keep the rink alive.
And Disco will live forever!
Sure it will!
And everyone celebrates. Tina then opens a wormhole and Trixie decides to go back to 1941 to take care of some unfinished business, leaving the rink to Cherry. And everyone goes back to their own time and the movie ends. Now let's take a look at our main characters and the death that surrounds them to determine your odds of surviving this movie. We start and end our meat bank deposits with Toothless McHomeless, because he died before this movie ever started, and Tina and Pickles didn't go forward back in time far enough to save him at deposit number 1 into the meat bank. Now let's take a look at our survivors. We've got Cherry, Trixie, Trixie, Randy, Tammy, Wheels, Ingrid, Coco, Yoko, PJ, Angel, the clerk, the janitor, Tux, Peaches, Sandy, Doreen, Connie, Clarissa, the security guard, as well as the 2 scientists who developed the technology to achieve this horrific misuse of time travel, as well as World War II German guy, Charlie, Jeffrey, and Lizzie, which means that out of a total of 26 characters, only 1 dies, giving you a 96.2% chance of surviving this movie. Given those odds, who would you travel through time to gather to help defeat the Gingerdead Man? Let me know in the comments below, because I don't know what the hell was wrong with these kids, but it's not hard to do better than they did. And if this is your first time on my channel, go ahead and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And a huge thanks to my patrons for saving the roller rink. I seriously appreciate the support. Alrighty guys, as always, thanks and don't die.